Hi friends, today we are going to see something about market. What is this market? A market is basically a place. A market is basically a place where people connect. How they get connected? A market is basically a place where people exchange goods or services for money. Now, when I say about people, who are those? They are called as the entities in a market. The entities in a market are the buyer and the seller. The buyer and the seller are the two entities who are involved in the market. Who is a buyer? A buyer is a person who desires for a product or service. And a seller is a person who has possession of the product or service. Now, to know in depth about this, let us now see a block diagram in which the whole concept of market can be explained more clearly. Here there is a seller. Here there is a seller and there is a buyer. Now, the seller, what he does is he gets information about what the buyer requires from the buyer himself. And on knowing the information, he sends back a communication telling the buyer that he has the product which is desired by him. On hearing this, the buyer contacts the seller and gets the goods or services as required by him in exchange for money. This is how the whole market operates. Now, the process of collecting information and communicating back to the consumer is called as marketing. The American Management Association, the AMA, has described marketing as the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings that has value for the customers, clients, partners and society at large. The society is a very important word in which the value to the society plays a vital role in the marketing strategy of any company. Now, having seen about marketing, I am just asking you a question. Is marketing same as selling? No, it is not same. To be more precise, marketing is basically a subset of selling. Why? If the circle represents a huge selling strategy for the company, marketing is one part of it. Marketing assists selling, but it is not same as selling. Now, having known about marketing, what is the stimulus for marketing? What is the stimulus? In science, we have heard something known as response to stimuli. Likewise, there are three different stimuli which plays a role in marketing. These three stimuli are the need, the want, and finally the demand. Need, want, and demand are the three stimuli which stimulates marketing in any business environment. Now, let us see each one of this in detail. What is a need? A need is basically a basic requirement of human beings. The basic requirement of human beings like air, water, shelter, traveling. Traveling has become a basic requirement right now in this modern era, etc. So this is the need. This need is divided into 5 different types. 5 different types, like the real needs, these stated needs, unstated needs, delight needs, and finally secret needs. Now, what is a real need? Actually, these 5 different types of needs are very simple to explain. A real need is something which you really need, as the name suggests, like an inexpensive bike. Suppose you have a need for traveling. So the need now becomes having an inexpensive bike if you are not so specific about style or some other features apart from traveling. So the real need for you here is an inexpensive bike. Now, the stated need. The stated need is the bike should be a good mileage provider. This is the stated need, because when you go to a showroom, you ask about the mileage given by the bike because you want to travel long and travel more. Now, the unstated needs are needs which are not stated openly. The unstated needs are a good service for the bike. This you need not state this. It is understood that a consumer wants a good service which is not stated by him directly, but it is a need for him. Then the delight needs. The delight need is something which will make you happy and feel a lot more proud. Example is NFC for mobiles, in which you can share information within different mobiles using just a touch technology as the transfer technology here. And the secret needs are needs which define how you want others to look into you. For example, a person may be wishing to become a tech savvy guy, and he goes for technical details for any product he buys. Any product, because he wants to be technically fulfilled, and he wants the others to make him see that he is technically so sound. These are all the 5 different types of needs which marketers should be very wary of. Now, having known about all these things, now let us move on to the next thing, which is the want. A want is nothing but a need which is supplemented with a product specification, or a need which is directed towards a particular product. For example, food is a need. Food is a need for a person. This food can be rice, it can be wheat, it can be corn, or anything. But if a man A wants sandwich as a food, then this is a want. This is a want because his need is directed towards one particular product. He doesn't need rice, he doesn't need wheat, he doesn't need corn. He wants only sandwich as food for him. So this is a want. Now, what is a demand? A demand is basically a want supplemented by ability to buy the product. For this, let us now take the same example of the sandwich. The man A wants sandwich. Now, this man A has got 10 rupees with him. The cost of a sandwich is 50 rupees. Now, he will not have a demand for this product. But if the same man has 100 rupees and the sandwich is costing just 50 rupees, he will create a demand for this. There is a demand for the sandwich by this man. This is the demand which marketers again should have an eye on, because any marketing activity has to be based on basically the needs and the demands. Because when there is a demand, there will be more profits. With this, we'll conclude this session. In the next session, we'll meet you with yet another interesting topic. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.